Hey y'all, hey, Erica with Time to Shrink. Let's talk about some secrets and tips on how to stay on track after weight loss surgery. Number one, have a plan. Know your plan and stick to it. Know what your restrictions are, what you're allowed to have, what you're not allowed to have. Dig deep into all of the information that your doctor's office and nutritionist has given you. There's usually paperwork that they give you. Know that stuff backwards and forwards before your surgery. And then afterwards, stick to that plan. For me, my plan that I stick to is bariatric keto. I eat a keto diet that is a little higher on protein and not quite as high fat. That's what works for me. I stick to that. I know that I have a plan. And taking that a step further, you need to meal plan and you need to meal prep. It makes such a difference if you're prepared. You're not going to go off track nearly as easily if you're prepared, y'all. So once you get in the hang of it, meal planning literally takes me like 5 minutes. I usually do it on Saturday or Sunday. And then I have a list of what we're going to eat, go to the grocery store, come back on Sunday afternoon or Monday for me sometimes. I prep things. Now I may not prep every single meal for the whole week, but I prep things that will make my week easier. Some people like to prep every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some people like to prep parts of it so they're easy to put together later. It makes such a difference. The next tip that I feel like is a really great secret is to have goals. You need to have short-term goals and long-term goals. You need to know where you want to go and what you want to accomplish with this. Weight loss surgery is a tool. It is not everything. It's literally just the tool, right? The work is on us. So we have to plan and we have to have goals. We have to know the direction that we're going. So I set goals for every so many pounds. I was 235. First, I wanted to get below 215. That was my first goal. And at that goal, I was going to reward myself. And then I wanted to get under 200. And at that goal, I was going to reward myself. I hit 199 today, y'all, as I'm recording this. And my goal is going to be buying a pair of Lululemon pants. I've never owned one. I am going to treat myself to it. They're really expensive, but it's a huge goal for me. I would say make your goals attainable, make your rewards things that you can do, have them planned out and be ready and excited for them. Do not have them revolve around food or drinks, okay? That's something we've done most of our lives, most of us weight loss patients. Rewards need to not be around food anymore. That's a hard one sometimes. But I suggest sitting down even before your surgery and making these goals, making a roadmap of where you want to be, what you want to do. Dream big, y'all, and set rewards so that as you hit them, you'll have something to look forward to, something to do, something to track. I also suggest that you take pictures. Take lots of pictures, even if you don't want to show them to anybody, even if you're too embarrassed. Beforehand and then after, progress pictures, things to compare, because sometimes the scale is not our friend. Sometimes we gain weight. Sometimes we lose barely any. Sometimes we feel like we're stagnant. But when you take measurements and compare your measurements, every single time my measurements have been different. I take measurements once a month. Some people do it every week. You decide what your schedule is going to be. But taking measurements and pictures at least once a month and at least once before you start losing is so helpful, so motivational. It really, really is. Highly suggest doing that. Another thing that kind of goes along with planning, but I suggest literally get out a journal. And as you set those goals, also as you set your plan, literally write all of it down. And part of it needs to be how much water you want to hit. What is your protein goal? What are your vitamins that you take and when you need to take them? Write all of that down. And then I would take it even a step further. I suggest making either buying calendar or making a calendar and getting yourself some stickers like stars or whatever. And protein is this color and water is this color and walking is this color, whatever your goals are. And each day that you hit that goal, put it on your calendar. That little bit of visual is so helpful and so motivational. And it helps us to check back in. At the end of each month, we can look and see, wow, I really didn't hit very much. Or, wow, I did such a good job. Or, I did a good job here, but not here. It shows us what to work on. And also, we need to be our biggest cheerleaders. And that helps us to be able to do that. We need to root ourselves on. One of the things that I suggest writing in that journal is writing things that we're grateful for, even weekly. I suggest doing it daily. Write out some affirmations like, I am beautiful, I am enough, and start them with I am. Things that you might not even believe about yourself right now, but you know deep down are true. You know that you need to believe. So they can even be dreams. I will be debt-free. Instead of saying I will be, say I am. Now I realize I'm not yet, but you're getting your mind there. Affirmations are really, really big, and I definitely think that for me, journaling, writing them out is helpful. I've also found that journaling my journey on YouTube to be extremely helpful. And along that vein, we need to stay connected. Weight loss surgery patients are like your whole life really does change. It's a huge change, and you need to stay connected to other people that have had that same experience. It helps so much. So whether that's a group through your doctor's office that you go to a meeting every month, whether that's YouTube, whether that's Instagram, the YouTube and Instagram community are so supportive and so helpful. You don't have to make your own videos, but you can watch other people's and you can comment and get to know people. And just, even if you don't comment, watching other people helps you stay focused, helps you stay in that weight loss surgery patient mindset. So maybe start your own channel, maybe journal it, maybe chronicle it on YouTube or Instagram or all of the above, but find some way to stay connected. And also in that same vein, stay inspired. Find people that inspire you, whether they're weight loss surgery patients or they're not, whether it's, I don't know who, I can't think of anybody right now, famous people. Maybe there's some famous person that inspires you and you follow their journey. They're a very healthy person. Or you find YouTubers that have had weight loss surgery and are ahead of you, either just by weeks or years, that inspire you, and you follow them and you keep up with them. And that just helps us stay focused, because weight loss surgery is a tool, right? And we need to use every piece of that tool that we can, and part of that is staying connected and staying motivated and staying inspired. I have a couple more things that I wanted to add on. Number 9 is a trick that I use. It is to have hot tea in the evening. A lot of us feel bingy or snacky, or however you want to put it, in the evening, right? We want to eat whether we're hungry or not. It's like an emotional thing. Sometimes we're stressed, sometimes we're bored. It's just a habit that many people that have had weight loss surgery have, of wanting to eat at night in front of the TV or whatever. That's definitely been one of my hardest things, one of my biggest battles. And one thing that I have found that is really helpful is to have a nice cup of hot tea. If I need some more protein, sometimes I even add a little bit of collagen powder into the tea. It dissolves really easily. It has no flavor, and that'll give me a little bit of extra protein even. I like to do herbal teas. There's also one called kava tea that actually has calming properties, and it has a really distinct taste. I like it, but it also kind of leaves that taste in my mouth so that I don't want to reach for other foods. So sipping on hot tea, it's an intentional act. It's something you do very slowly, and it can take the place of snacking. So that's just a tip. You can do that anytime throughout the day. I find in the evenings is when it's really helpful for me. And then lastly, y'all, you've heard me, if you've watched me for any length of time, you've probably heard me say this, but trust the journey. Trust your journey. Okay, y'all? Trust your journey. If you're making the right decisions, don't be comparing yourself to others. Don't be getting down on yourself because you're not fast enough, or you're not this, or you're not that. Trust your journey and just keep going day by day. We didn't get here overnight, and it's not going to fall off overnight for a lot of us. Some people, maybe it will. But in general, as long as you know you're making the right decisions, just keep putting one foot in front of the other and trust your journey. You chose to go on this journey for a reason. Remember those reasons and trust your journey. Okay, that is it. I hope this was helpful. Bye, y'all. See you soon.